Never ever given a most valuable award. Because to me, all these young men are valuable. All these young men, we ask the same of them as to their effort and their work and their schooling and so forth. So I have never ever singled out one man and said, you are the most valuable or the best of the squad. Because they're 7th and 8th graders. You teach them, you give them all the basics, the foundations. By the time they're in high school, they earn that kind of accolades by being the best in their conference. Right, Mr. Cook? At this level, we stress the fundamentals. We stress getting better every day. I made a promise to these young men. You work with me and you give me your all every day. I guarantee that by the end of the season, you're going to be better at the end of the season than you were when you first stepped your foot on my field. And in light of that, and the way we pushed them, then we decided to give them the Most Improved Award this year. And Coach Hopper will tell you, this was perhaps the most difficult award to hand out. Because we had so many that jumped strides. They just grew every day in, day out. This award could have went to Mr. Hunter, Mr. McCaleb. He was on our nominees. Shortest lineman in GAC college football, or GAC. And developed no fear. When we first started, he was a little hesitant to hit somebody. He became one of the smallest linemen starting on both sides of the ball this year. This award could have went to Mr. Thornton. Mr. Thornton, if you believe it or not, never quarterbacked a day in his life until he led us. And he led the squad this year, and he led it every game, he led it at practice, and he did a very fine job. This award could have went to Mr. Nick Little. I heard people say, hey, you can't teach the shotgun and the spread offense in junior high football because they can't snap like that. Is that true, Mr. Nick Little?
Yep.
Is it true now, Mr. Nick Little? Thank you very much. He can snap it wherever you want to, whenever you want to whomever you want him to snap it to. And he can block it, roll offense and defense the same way. This award could have went to Mr. Morrison. Because Mr. Morrison came out with a few health problems. He got them health problems taken care of. He used to be the last one in the pack running at practice every day. It's now no longer that case. This award could have went to Mr. Eddy. Right, Richie? Eddy! He's my buddy. Eddy showed up to practice, out of shape, a little lazy. Couldn't never run. He was second to last in the pack because Mr. Morrison was sick a little bit. You look at him now. He's a lean, mean fight machine. That man got in shape, he lost weight, and he ain't afraid to hit nobody now. Could have went to him. But the recipient of this award for Most Improved this year is a young man who's never, ever played football in his entire life until he come here. He didn't have the opportunity to play in any Saturday games. Didn't have a lot of brothers and sisters. Didn't play no touch football on the weekends. This young man didn't know anything about football. And so he showed up out here because one of his buddies said, you got to come play. He didn't know how to put on equipment. He didn't know where knee pads went in a pair of pants. As well as a lot of young men at this age. You get them, they don't know how to snap their shoulder pads and so forth. But I swear to you, this young man, outside of watching football on TV, had never ever participated in his life.
I don't think he's watching on TV either.
Could very well be right. But throughout the course of the year, throughout the end of the season, to give an example of how much this young man improved, how many touchdowns did you have the last game, Mr. Jones? Where'd you run him at, Mr. Jones? Who was your starting center, Mr. Jones?
William.
You go from not playing football whatsoever your entire life to where by the end of the season, You help your running back run right up the middle for 3 touchdowns of over 65 yards a pop. He learned now how to block, how to snap in an offense. That is the toughest offense to snap in. He went from not knowing how to hold the football to being my long snapper. And then he also played defense. So out of all the young men that improved so much in this squad this year, we had to take our hats off and give this Most Improved Award to Mr. William Canterbury. Now, these are the funnels. These kids will tell you, when it comes to grades, I'm anal. I fuss every day.